Whenever you're ready.
Tell me when you're ready. A lot of people were surprised that Thesz, age 71, the oldest person in there, can go in there and win.
Well, it's a crazy thing. You know, a little one-on-one is a different situation, and in all fairness to the other men that were in there were 3 or 4 really top-flight wrestlers in there that I don't know how well I would fare with them in a complete match from bell time to a finish hold of some kind. I was kind of playing my cards kind of cute because I had a hip done a little over a year ago, but I discovered tonight that it's perfect and there's no problem, and I'm going to get into some singles again and see what I can do. And I really enjoyed doing this tonight. Bunch of old pros in there, guys that know where they're going and they've been around the horn, you know. And I was really careful, but I'm beginning to feel as if I can spread my wings now and take off and get some really competitive one-on-one matches.
You're really reflective. You should be happy that you won this thing.
Oh, I am happy. You know, the happiest thing, when I was a kid, when I was 20 years of age, I won the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And I certainly don't mean to minimize what we did tonight because it was great, you know, and I was really, really happy to be able to win it. But you take it in stride, and with the help that I had, Lou, I had Ed Stringer Lewis and a 3-time Olympic winner, Tregus, and Ray Steele, and some of the really greats of the past. And I said this so many times, and not in jest, that under those conditions, a monkey could have picked it up, you know. And it's like I said earlier in another interview, right? It's like riding a bike, and once you know where you're going and you watch the people and you watch their feet and you have some kind of an idea where they're going and what they're up to. And I don't mean this makes it sound mysterious, but the only thing that's mysterious to us human beings is something we don't know, you know. And like animals with electric shock, they can't figure it out, so it frightens them, you know. And the same thing with us. And having devoted my entire life to this thing, I really do take it in stride, and I don't mean to be a smart aleck about it, but I really do enjoy the game. And I so wish I could turn the clock back maybe even 20 years and start out at 50 or 51 again, and I'd travel the world again and do the same thing all over again. But I think I'll just stay in this country and pad my part as well as I can. And I'm sure that with a competitive match that I'd have some problems with some of these people, like I said before, but that's part of the game.
There's one thing I wanted to ask you, and it just slipped my mind. How did it feel to be back?
Oh, it's wonderful. Really, it's exhilarating to get back in there because, as you know, I've been off. This is really the first competitive match, something that's really important that I've done in 3 years. I wrestled a couple of other matches in Virginia and so forth, but people that were not really wrestling oriented, you know, and it wasn't really a fair contest. But tonight it was different. I was in there with some pros, and luckily they worked on each other, and I managed to eke it out at the end, you know, and it was just this kind of a fortunate thing. And O'Connor's a great competitor. The son of a gun can wrestle, and so can that Gene Kaniski and these guys, and it sounds like a boastful thing, but I really am very pleased to get the victory. And I may not be able to hold it up very long, I don't know. But I'm going to try again. I'm going to go on a one-on-one with one of these cats and see what I can do.
You and O'Connor at the end there, it was like back in the old days, real wrestling.
Well, we're wrestlers, you know. We were steeped in wrestling all our lives. I've devoted my entire life to it, and so has Pat. And I knew that if I would get in there with Bockwinkel or Pat or one or two of the other fellows, I knew we were going to end up with a wrestling match. And that's what happened, and I'm pleased about that. And maybe they'll give the folks a little bit of comparison to see what it was like years ago and what it's like today. And I know wrestling is a lot faster today, and it's really a lot more interesting for the wrestling fan. But for the person that's really into wrestling, sometimes maybe they'll enjoy that. The elderly people will. You see, we got an age group here, like maybe over 40 or over 45 or 50. They'll enjoy this. They'll remember what it was like yesteryear, you know.
Okay, great.